Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Stop Shitting on Yourself. I am Jessica.
And I'm Jamie. How's your week been, Jessica?
It's been okay. Up and down, sometimes busy, sometimes not. So it's been an okay week.
Okay.
What about you?
I think it's been good. I don't know. I haven't even had the time to think about how my week has been. So thanks for asking, but I think it's been good. I've been reading a lot, just doing some self-care stuff. So
Hey,
can't complain.
That's good. That's good. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm like in a different setting. I feel like I'm the one who's always shifting around. But I'm still in the same room. I've just like shifted.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that is part of the same room, huh? It's just different angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the color scheme going on with like the navy and the like the
Thanks.
tan, the beige, like the white. It's a nice color scheme going on. Yeah.
Thanks. You can tell what I wear, right? It's like black, beige, blue. That's
Very
it.
neutral. Very neutral. I see that.
It.
It's all good though. It's all good. You know, that's your style. That's how you roll. So it's all good. But what are we talking about today, Jessica? Do you have something you want to talk about?
I do, because I think in a previous episode, we talked about how we both felt about being friends with an ex.
Right.
So I want to talk about that a little bit more in lines of like ex etiquette.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
So just like how you should handle this whole ex situation, like whether it's an ex hitting you up, should you keep in touch with them, a whole host of things. But
That's
let's just start
tricky.
with that. Like, what would you do if an ex hit you up? Like, you know, would you respond? Would you, I don't know.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I'm thinking back to moments where an ex has hit me up. But I think it depends though. Okay, before I even answer what would I do, what should I do? I think it really depends on what relationship status you are in at the moment. So like whether you're single or you're dating somebody, or like maybe you're in a texting ship or an exclusive dating ship, or maybe you're actually in a relationship with someone. I think it really depends. Because if an ex hit me up, if they're like, hey, what's going on? If I never wanted to see that ex ever again, it does not matter whether I'm single, taken, or even just doing whatever the
True.
I'm not gonna respond, right? I probably might have even blocked their ass, right? So I might not even get that like message. But if it's somebody that, you know, I'm still on good terms with, I don't have like super bad feelings towards or anything like that, what would I do? I think if I was single, I would think about messaging them back. And if I wanted to, I would.
Okay.
You know, no bad feelings or anything. But like, if I was exclusively dating somebody, or I don't know, maybe if I'm exclusively dating someone, I think I might just message them back and be like, what's up? You know?
Yeah. You would, even if you're in a relationship?
Yeah. So that has happened before. Like an ex had kind of, you know, hit me up a little bit, said, hey, like, how you doing? That kind of stuff, when I was either like dating in an exclusive like dating ship, and or in a relationship. And I did respond, but I did let the partner know.
Oh, okay.
Like, hey, somebody from my past like actually hit me up. You know, transparency, boom. You know, but also like, you know, the conversation really didn't go further because I kind of cut it off, you know?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
Full transparency, that's never happened to me before.
Okay.
I've never had an ex hit me up before, and I don't think I've ever been in a situation where I've had to deal with that. But I would say that like my very first relationship, again, full disclosure, putting it all out
Okay.
there.
All right.
I've definitely post breakup with my first boyfriend, hit up my boyfriend or my ex before.
Oh, so
Um,
you were the one to reach out. You were the ex to
yeah,
reach
I was
out.
the one to reach out.
Oh, okay.
Um, I don't even remember what anymore, and I'm sure it was
Yeah.
not with like great intentions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
um, yeah, and and I'm pretty sure I was drunk. So
Oh, it was one of those
it
like
was one
drunk
of those.
texting.
Exactly,
Was it more
exactly.
of like a I miss you or more of like I hate your guts?
I am pretty sure it was more of like the I miss you.
Oh,
Um,
girl.
yeah, yeah. And you know what? Baby
Okay.
Jessica didn't know how to handle her breakups. That's okay. Or her liquor back then.
Both of them.
Both of them.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
yeah, but I would say if an ex were to hit me up, even now, I don't know. I just feel like kind of like what we talked about in the previous episode, like an ex is an ex for a reason. I do think like sometimes like when there's a slip up, like you're drunk and you're texting, like that's easy to let go, but more often than not, from what I've heard from like friends who've had exes reached out to them, it's always like, let's get back together, let's talk about
Oh.
something. And it just
Mhm.
like it just lingers. Like whatever stuff that they had before just lingers.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm not really into reopening that can of worms again.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that makes sense because a lot of times when I think exes do hit you back up, it has to do with the intentions of like, oh, I kind of want to slide back into your life.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
True. I mean, yes. Yeah. I mean, I guess so. I get that. But at the same time, like I feel like if I don't have any like if the relationship didn't end on like really bad terms,
Mm.
I don't feel the need to ignore somebody. But then if
Okay.
but if I am once again like seeing someone and I am exclusive with them, then I think they also deserve to know. So it's not like I'm doing anything, behind their backs. And if they found out, they would feel a certain type of way, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I think you definitely need to be transparent because like if anybody were to hit me up or even, my
Mm-hmm.
husband up right now from a past life, like
Mm-hmm.
I think we would both like to know about it and then just move on. You
Yeah.
never want them to like, somehow dig up a conversation and then be like, what is this?"
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, why? What happened? And then like
Yeah.
create an air of suspicion. Like, you never really want that. So, you just kind of have full transparency with whoever you're with.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah, and I think it really depends on like how you handle the conversation too. Like, let's say that ex comes back to you and they're like, hey, are you up at like 10 p.m. and you're with your new
Mm,
boo? Then it's like, well, you know what? I'm not going to respond to you right away. Like let me respond to you when I feel like it because
mm.
it's on my time now. But also like let them know, set the boundaries like, hey, by the way, like I'm with somebody now,
Yeah, yeah.
and I don't think that they'd quite appreciate it. And I don't appreciate it either if and when you do this. So I think it's
Mm.
like how you also handle the conversation. You can still draw boundaries without like completely avoiding that person. Now, if your ex continues to cross those boundaries even after you set them,
Yeah.
then you can probably block their ass or just like completely ignore them. But I feel like if you didn't end on bad terms, there's no need to completely
Yeah.
ignore that person.
Mhm.
Unless you really want to, it's totally up to you. But I mean,
I
that's just
agree.
how I see it.
I agree. You actually bring up a pretty good point.
Hmm.
So, you talked about like, oh, if you're still with someone and, if the ex kind of like continues to like hit you up, you might block them.
Uh-huh.
Are
Right.
you the type to delete all of your ex contacts and like all their social
Oh,
media, like everything from your social media, block them? Are you that type of person?
no. Like what? Well, okay, so once again, I think it depends on how it ended. Okay.
True,
Um,
true.
because like okay, I say no now because the majority of the people that I had past relationships with, I don't like block because it's not
Mm,
like we had a horrible ending to the relationship. like I still respect them as a person, right? But
Okay.
I must say that there is a relationship and there is a person where I was like, this shit, like you are not gonna re-enter my life at all whatsoever. I'm not gonna give you that opportunity. You are not gonna have us like any chance of returning back to my life because I will not allow it. Right.
Whoa.
Um, and so I know that one was like a bad breakup. And so yes, I think if it's like a really bad breakup and that person was just like, just not good for you,
Mhm.
I would say block their ass. Like I blocked their number, I blocked their social medias. They try to reach out. I was like, you know what? I ignored you so many times and now you're calling
Mm.
and you're texting. Fuck you, block. So yeah, I mean, I think it depends on how you broke up, but I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
I don't think you necessarily need to block everything and everyone if you didn't, end on such a bad note. What about you? Do you block people? I don't know.
I I don't. I I don't know why. I feel like when you, like,
Uh-huh.
actively block someone on social media, it just seems like it's such like a, like, I don't know, it's such a big thing to block someone. I don't think I've ever blocked
That's
anyone on
true.
social media. I think I have when it's like someone sent you something explicit and you're like, "Whoa, whoa, I do not want
Oh,
that." So
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
like
yeah.
block that account. But
Right.
people in my life, even if I've had like fallen out of like a friendship with someone or like a
Mhm.
relationship didn't end on the best terms, I've
Mhm.
never actively blocked anyone from my social media or even my
Okay.
contacts. Um, even actually, in fact, if you look on my Facebook's private, so you can because
Okay.
you're friends with me. Um,
Okay. What am I gonna look for?
I still, if you scroll past, all the recent stuff, and it's not a lot because I haven't updated in forever.
I know. I mean, like, I don't feel like we both use our Facebooks much. Like
No,
we have
no.
it, but we don't use it anymore.
Yeah, it's for
It's
super
become that.
old memories.
Yeah, yeah, where you like you're drunk and you look back at old photos. It's one of
Yeah.
those. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you scroll back enough, I actually still have like all the pictures and videos and posts from my first ex.
Oh,
Um, yeah, and like back in the day, I think I just carried around a camera with me everywhere, so I took a lot of pictures.
yeah.
And after we broke up, like we broke up on fine terms, like we're totally cool with each other.
Hmm.
And even the time that I have like drunk texted him, he kind of just made a
Yeah.
joke out of it, and we both forgot about it. We're not
Okay.
friends by any means. We're not like in each other's lives, but we're
Yeah.
cordial with each other.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I think I just got too lazy because there's so many pictures that I'm like,
Yeah.
nothing's gonna happen. Like,
Okay.
my husband, he's not gonna be like, "Who is this? Why is he still on your Facebook?" Um, but I definitely have had past relationships blocked me before, like
Oh,
after it
okay.
ended.
Yeah.
But I've definitely heard of like friends who's taken the extreme of like going and deleting like all the pictures, all of the mentions, even comments, just like
Wow.
erasing their past from their social
Yeah.
media account. Like I
Uh-huh.
just, for me, I'm like, unless it ended super badly, I
Yeah.
just can't imagine taking that extra step because it's so much work.
I mean, yes, it is a lot of work, but I think social media has just become such a big part of our lives now.
Mm.
Um, and we do everything through social media, right? We gain our news from social media. We become a little bit more aware through social media. We find out what people from high school and college are doing through social media, right?
So true.
Um,
Yeah.
and all our entertainment comes from social media. So like,
Yeah.
you know, I think social media has become such a big part of our lives, whether we want it to or not. And if we don't want somebody to be in our lives and if we don't want that kind of energy in our lives, then
Mhm.
yeah, we do block their asses on social media. You know what I mean? We take away all those pictures and we like erase all of that because we don't want that in the social media that we use every day. Like I don't want to be
Mm.
seeing the face of like somebody in my past every single day on my social media. The like I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but that's like you said, like past is in the past. And so keep it in the past. I don't want to see it in my present social media. Right.
Mm.
like I won't block them, but at the same time, I'm not going to actively look at their page. I'm not going to
Yeah.
actively have them on. I'm not going to consciously choose to have their faces on my social media page, you
True.
know?
Okay. Yeah.
Which is why I understand when people do take down pictures, and it also sends like a weird message to your future boo. Like if you still have pictures of your ex on your social media, like
Mm.
why? You know, like I understand you were like lazy and you didn't want to go through all those pictures. If it's a group picture, I guess that's like kind of an exception, you know, because it's,
Yeah.
you know, a group memory. But if it's just like you and them together and it's
Yeah.
totally a couple photo, I don't think, I think, you know, I think for me personally, I would just take that extra step to
Mm.
delete that because social media is such a big part of our lives, you know?
I think intentions matter. Um, like for me, like all those pictures are so long ago that like honestly I don't even remember what they're about anymore. And I don't, go back.
Mm,
I'm not like looking at them all the time, But I do think
yeah.
intentions matter. Like if my husband now were to come to me and say, like, hey, like
Uh-huh.
I'm uncomfortable with all these pictures of you and your ex, can you delete them? Yeah, fine. Like I don't
Right.
care. But he's also not the type to be like, this bothers me. He knows that this was from like so many years ago.
Yeah. How long ago
Um,
was this again?
let's not talk about it, but it was definitely in high school.
Okay. Okay. That's like, okay, that was in high school. Never mind. That was like
Yeah.
way
Yeah,
back.
that was like way, way, way back.
Okay, okay.
And if your intentions were, I want to cherish the moment, I want to look back at it fondly, like that's probably not okay. Like if you still look at the pictures and think like fondly of your ex, or have the intention of like one day getting back together with them, like I definitely
Mm,
think that that intention is totally different than
I
just like
see.
keeping a memory for the sake of like it being a group photo. So I do think
Okay.
intention matters.
Yes, intentions do matter. I 100% agree with you. But then at the same time, it's like, what's the point of keeping your couple photo with an ex on public display when you're not publicly together? Is what I think. It's like if you're going to cherish the memory, keep it in an external hard drive. And 40 years later, you're going to be like, look, grandchild, this was how I looked like, but also this is who I dated before your granddaddy. You know what I mean? Like, so I would say keep them in an external hard drive, but I don't think it should be there for public display. That's just what I think. I don't know.
Mm,
I don't know. Like X is an X, past is in the past for a reason, right? So why put it on your social media in the present when you're presently like using that in your present life? It's just kind of what I think. I think it's like, you know, we actively kind of like cleanse our souls from our, you know, exes, right? Like
yeah.
we get rid of things that remind us of them physically, like whether
Mm,
it's like, you know, a piece of clothing or like a hoodie or I don't freaking know, like, I don't know, whatever your ex had that's with you, right? Like you're not gonna like use that on a daily basis. You're
yeah.
not gonna keep it.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's the same thing with social media because social media is such a big part of our lives. Like, do a
Okay.
whole freaking cleansing of that is what I
Okay.
think. I don't know.
Maybe I just don't use social media like that. I definitely feel like some people put a
Oh,
lot of
true.
emphasis on social media.
True.
And it's kind of weird coming from someone who has a podcast. Be like, social media is not important.
Yeah.
I just don't. I think I don't use it like that. So maybe I don't put as much emphasis on like
Mm.
a photo album from like over 10 years ago. Okay, that was how long ago
Yeah.
it was. Over 10 years
Okay,
ago.
that was like really long time ago. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, that was really long time ago.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I get what you mean. Like if it's something that you use every single day, like I don't think I have anything from my ex. Like no gifts, no like none of that. It's either been donated or sold or given away or something like that. Like it's not in my life anymore. So like things that I see every day, I'm like, yeah, I'm, whatever. But social media to me, the way I use it, because I don't use it every day and it's not something that I actively like look for, I'm like, "Oh, it's probably not as important for me to get rid of them."
I have a question because you
Oh.
just like mentioned something about because I know we're talking about like cleansing our you know environment of things that remind us of our ex,
Mhm.
right? And you mentioned something about gifts,
Mm.
right? So before I forget, because I know we're talking about social media too. So like in social media, we'll try to cleanse it unless we don't use it, right?
Yeah.
But with gifts, like do you you said you like get rid of it or you donate it.
Mhm.
What should people do when they have gifts from their ex? What do you think? I know like that's what you do personally, but what do you think in general?
Okay, well, I know some people, they wanna give things back to their ex. It's like, "You gave
Mm,
this to me, here, take it back, like, do whatever you will with it." But for
yeah.
me, I'm like, "You know what? If you gifted me these things, like, these are mine, like, I will take them and then I will,
Yeah.
like, sell them off or something or just, like, gift them away.
Right.
Like, why do I need to give them back to you?" Rings are different. Rings are very different. I've
Ooh.
actually had this conversation with a friend before,
Mm-hmm.
because rings are very expensive. Don't know if you ever gone engagement ring shopping.
No, but I know what you mean because I've had to give a ring back.
Okay, wait, hold on. Hold on. We gotta talk about this one. We gotta
Yeah.
talk about this
Yeah, I've had
one.
to give a ring back.
Oh,
Because no, I agree with
wow.
you. I agree with you. I've never gone engagement ring shopping, but I did have to give a ring back because the relationship ended. And I was
Yeah.
like, I don't need this shit. And I'm not going to sell it. I know it was a gift from
Mhm.
the person to me, but at the same time, like, I don't even know. Like, I don't even, for me, it wasn't even about like the price of a ring. It was
Yeah.
just more of what it
Mhm,
symbolizes.
mhm.
And I was like, I don't even want to do anything with it. Like, I don't want any responsibility,
Mm.
from
Yeah.
like keeping it, whether I'm gonna sell it or keep it. I don't want that responsibility.
Yeah.
So I was like, you bought the ring, so you can have it back.
Yeah,
Here
yeah.
you go.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I've known girlfriends who would be like, "Oh yeah, like keep it and then sell it." And like, rings are just
Eh.
it's a very you're right. It symbolizes something so different than like just a gift, right? Like if they were just to give you like an article of clothing, a pair of shoes, like that's probably, whatever. It's materialistic. You can replace it, you can sell it, you
Mhm.
can donate it, whatever. Rings are just like it's one of those things that symbolizes so much to the person who gives it to you and
Mm,
then like the receiving
right.
end of it too, that I don't want any of that bad juju around me. Like even if I sell it, I'm like, "Oh, this is bad karma" or something.
Exactly. Yeah, because you sell it and then you get the money for it, and that money comes from the ring. And it's
Yeah,
like, oh, that
yeah.
same energy is there.
Exactly.
It's like, I don't want it.
Exactly.
Ugh.
Yeah, very, very different. I've never had to do that before, thank God.
Thank
But,
God. I know. Yeah.
wow, okay, okay. Yeah, I for me though, I've never asked for any of the gifts back, and I kind of assume the same thing.
Right.
I'm even the type like, I've definitely left things with an ex and then, ex have definitely left things with me. If we've broken up within like a month, you don't ask for it back. I just assume I can trash those. Yeah.
Okay, like their belongings, not the
Their
gifts.
belongings, and then
Okay,
that's kind
okay.
of like the same way I deal with, like, gifts, It's like, even if I still want that piece of clothing or that pair of shoes, I would just sell it
Mhm.
and then, like, purchase that again than to, like,
Oh,
have it
okay.
sitting around because I don't know, it just feels kind of weird to me, so I don't have anything
Interesting.
that is from an ex physically.
Oh, okay. Okay. I know I just keep it.
There you go.
I just keep it. I'm like, hey, it was a gift and I'm not gonna throw it away. I'm too lazy to like do what you do. Like this is why I don't return things after buying it either,
Oh,
because
same, same.
I just get too lazy, it's just more work doing that. So I'm like, you know what? It was a gift and I love it.
Mhm.
Right. Like I like the gifts that I get most of the times. So I still use it. But
Mm.
it doesn't have any like emotional, I guess, like value anymore.
Mm.
Like I don't attach it to any like emotions. So it's just
Mm.
like, oh, it's a shoe. Oh, okay, cool. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna wear this shoe today. I'm gonna wear that one today. It's yeah, there isn't much like thought
Mm.
behind it anymore.
I think
Uh,
because one of my love language is gifting. So
mhm.
I think everyone loves receiving gifts, but I
Yeah.
love gifting gifts. So for me,
Yeah.
when I gift a gift, it means a lot. So when someone like gifts me a gift, it means a
Uh-huh.
lot receiving it because I'm like, oh, that person probably took time and effort to look for it. So for
Oh,
me, it kind of
yeah.
has that sort of underlying like meaning to it.
Mhm.
Then I'm like, you know what? Like I much rather just go through the trouble than to keep
Uh-huh.
it there for me to like one day look at it and be like, "Oh, that was from an ex." Like,
Oh, really?
yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I get that too. I get, there is a lot of thought behind giving gifts and all of that. But at the end of the day, like, damn, it's mine now. Let me use it until it like runs out.
Yeah.
And I hope that all of my exes like use the gifts that I gave them. You know what I mean? It
Mm.
looked like that's what it was for. Like, I don't care if we're broken up or not. Like, use the damn thing. Like I spent money on it
Yeah.
and I gave it to you because I wanted to at the moment. So please make good use out of it.
Mm.
And I think that's kind of like, I guess because that's where I stand and that's what I kind of think
Yeah.
about when relationships end. I think that's why I still use the shit, because I'm like, well, they got it for me.
Yeah.
So, they might have put a lot of thought into it. So shit, I'm gonna use it too,
Okay.
but not think about that person. Like I don't know. I guess like I do draw that like emotional like line,
Mm.
or I don't know what you would call it.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Okay. I see that.
so
I get that. I think ultimately like we all handle things differently and we obviously put
right.
emphasis on different things. Some on social media posts, some on gifts, some on whatever, right? Like some people they can't even see a phone number without being reminded of their ex. So
Oh my God. Yeah.
whatever you need to do to like cleanse your life from the past and like cleanse
Mhm.
yourself to become ready and available and ready to mingle
For
like
your next boo.
exactly, like do that. And then also be respectful, like if your future boo
Yeah.
is like, oh, I don't like seeing your ex's stuff there, like get rid of it.
Right.
I don't like to see pictures of your ex on your social media, get rid of that. But I do think that
Mhm.
communication needs to happen. And then again, just
Right.
like the whole intention thing, I think that's more important than what society thinks it's important.
Yeah, that's definitely true. There has to be like clear communication between you and your new boo
Mm,
about, what you both are comfortable with and
yeah.
what you both aren't comfortable with. You're right. So that, this is just us talking about like what our preferences are and how we see um as ex etiquette. Obviously there are
Yeah.
certain things that we agree on, but also there are certain things that we disagree on, like
Hmm.
the photos, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like so whatever you got to do, like Jessica said, like cleanse your closet out, cleanse your like house out, or
Yeah.
cleanse your social media out
Yeah.
for your new boo that you will probably meet this weekend if you're about to head out to any of the restaurants or bars because they're all open.
Wow, this
You know what I mean?
weekend, Jamie, what are you planning on doing this weekend?
I don't know yet. But we'll see.
Okay.
I'll keep you updated.
Yeah, keep us posted. Keep us posted about your dating life, your, post COVID vaccine, vaccinated bar hopping. I don't know.
My hot vax girl summer
Yeah.
life. That's kind of like non-existent because I don't know. I'm still like, I'm still kind of still being cautious. So I don't know.
Hot vax summer, but also safety protocols in check summer.
Like I want to be for the streets, but I was made for the sidewalk type of thing, Like,
Okay.
okay,
All
so
right.
it's
All
it's one of
right.
those. I talk about hot vax summer, but it's not like that. It's more like a warm vax summer,
Oh, okay. Okay.
you know?
Yeah. I mean,
Kind
it's
of like that.
whatever you need it to be. Just do it safely, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, cleanse our souls, cleanse our environment so we can head into a brand new weekend to
Exactly.
hopefully, if you're single out there, find a new boo this weekend.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. I mean, we've been putting it out there, so we'll continue to put that energy out there until Jamie updates us with her new
Oh
boo.
yeah.
Or maybe not, because it might scare them away if you talk about it too early.
Whatever. If it scares them away, then whatever. Then they weren't meant to be. I don't need that kind of energy, so whatever.
It's true. It's true. All right. Okay.
All right.
Well, good luck. Have fun. Be safe.
Thanks. And we'll come back around next week with a cleansed energy.
Yes, and a whole new episode. Until then, leave us a comment. Let us know how you've dealt with an ex, or if you're still
Mm-hmm.
dealing with them. I am so sorry.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that. Good luck.
Erase them from your life, cleanse
Mm-hmm.
them of your soul.
Let it be an ex.
Yes,
Past is the past. Move on to better things. You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Exactly. Just cleanse them and get ready for a new one. And
Yep.
if you like this episode, like, subscribe, and we will see you guys same time next week.
All right. Sounds good.
Bye.
Bye.